Mornings here in Canada can get pretty cold, especially this time of the year, but my routine usually starts the same way. I grab something warm to drink and I open my laptop to start planning the day. Lately, the laptop I've been using is the MacBook Neo. Apple designed this laptop to be simple, lightweight, and more affordable, especially for students. So today, I thought it would be interesting to show you what a normal day looks like using it. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another day in the lab video. It's your boy Sam. So guys, today we have the MacBook Neo. It's currently 121, so we're going to be heading to the college today. I'm going to be putting this laptop into test, how it fits into my routine as a student and how it can fit into your routine as a student, because trust me, this laptop is specifically made for students. Okay, so I'm going to be booking my Uber. I'm going to be heading to the college, and it's a vibe. Let's go. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm just heading to the Uber. It's like 5-minute drive from my house to the school, but it's so cold I can't even use the bus. I just have to use the Uber. Yeah, I think the Uber is waiting right now, and let's go. Once I settle in at the college, the first thing I usually do is open my laptop and check my school portal to see if there are any updates, things like new assignments, announcements, or anything important for my class. And this is where I really start to notice the display on the MacBook Neo. It comes with a 13-inch liquid retina display, and honestly, it looks really good for everyday use. The text is sharp when I'm reading through school materials, and the colors look vibrant when I'm watching videos or looking at images. The screen can reach up to 500 nits of brightness, which means it stays bright enough even in well-lit classrooms or study spaces. It's also a 60Hz display, which is pretty standard for most laptops, so things like scrolling through pages, switching between tabs, and navigating through apps all feel smooth and natural. One interesting thing about this laptop is the design. Even though the MacBook Neo is Apple's most affordable MacBook, it still looks and feels like a real MacBook. The body is made from aluminum, which gives it that premium and solid feel when you hold it. It's also really thin and lightweight, which makes it easy to carry around, especially if you are a student moving between classes or studying in different places during the day. Another thing that stands out is the color. The one I'm using here is the citrus color, and it definitely makes the laptop feel a little more unique compared to the usual silver or grey laptop. When you open it up, you are greeted with Apple's Magic Keyboard, which feels really comfortable to type on. The keys feel responsive, which is great if you are writing essays, taking notes during lectures, or working on assignments. Apple also included full height function keys, so adjusting things like brightness or volume is quick and easy. One thing to know is that the keyboard doesn't have backlighting, so the keys won't light up if you are working in darker environment. Below the keyboard, you also get a large trackpad, and Apple trackpads are still some of the best on any laptop. Everything from scrolling to switching between apps feels really smooth on macOS. There's also one thing I love about the MacBook Neo. It's the speakers. Like, even for a laptop that is $499, like, the speakers are very, very solid. So the MacBook Neo has two speakers. It has one over here and it has another one right over here. And you also get the 3.5mm headphone jack right here as well, and two USB-C. I'm just going to play some copyright-free music, and let's see how the bass sounds. Okay. Speakers are kind of very solid. It's something you don't need to worry about. Let's say you're watching lectures, or you are just watching the PowerPoint view or whatever your professor sent to you. The speakers are very solid. Trust me, it is not like, it is very, very nice. This is even better than the speakers of the iPhone Air. So this one is like very solid, and yeah, I approve that. Yeah. Let's talk about the battery life of the MacBook Neo. Honestly, Apple said it can last up to 16 hours of video playback, and as a student, I feel like that is more than enough, because you're not spending up to 10 hours on your college every day. Like me, sometimes I'm in school for like
6 hours or even 7 hours, and this laptop can help you run through your classes, your lectures, and even if you're working on assignments and some other things you want to do before you head home. So the battery life is very, very decent, and it can last all day of class. So it's something you shouldn't even worry about, because the MacBook Neo battery, come on, it's really good. There's one other thing I also tried on the MacBook Neo, because as a student and you want to play games while you're waiting for for your lecture, and I kind of installed Minecraft, and it could run Minecraft. Like, the game is kind of like pretty fast, and this is not a cloud game. I downloaded the Minecraft app, and I played the game.
Now, here's the part everyone wants to know: how this MacBook actually performs during a normal day. For my everyday use as a student, it's been pretty smooth. Things like checking my school portal, writing notes, browsing online, watching videos, and using apps all run without any issues. It handles basic apps really well, and that's really what this laptop is designed for. Now, if you try to push it a bit, like doing some light editing, it can still handle it even on apps like DaVinci Resolve. But to be real, since this is still a more basic setup, it might run fine at first, but once the project gets heavier, you could start noticing slowdowns or even crashes. So this is definitely more of a light use, student focused laptop, not something meant for heavy professional work. And lastly, the camera. It's not anything crazy, but it's definitely good enough for things like online classes, Zoom calls, or quick meetings. It has a 1080p HD camera, and it gets the job done.
So after using the MacBook Neo for a full day in the college as a student, honestly, what I can say right now is the MacBook Neo is definitely built for students, or maybe someone who doesn't do a lot of stuff, just like basic stuff for, replying emails, writing documents, editing PDF, and kind of like maybe like just watching videos and just, just something you need to stay productive. Now, when I say students, some students might be studying stuff like software engineering, some stuff like design, maybe something like video editing, video editor, and you might be asking, can this MacBook Neo handle all those kind of stuff? So the thing is, MacBook Neo cannot handle like high-end work like editing on DaVinci Resolve, editing on Adobe Premiere Pro. And if you are a student that you are into all those kind of major, I would recommend you going for something like an M5, something with the M chip, something that it is much more powerful than the MacBook Neo. But apart from that, if you're just just a normal student doing like an easy course, nothing too much, then trust me, the MacBook Neo fits into your daily routine, and I would suggest you go grab one, because getting this for $499 is a deal breaker, trust me. So let me know in the comment section, if you are a student, do you think you're going to be buying the MacBook Neo, and do you think this would help you with your day-to-day activities? And if you stay to the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll always see you on the next one. Catch you on that, okay? Peace out.